there. Hello. Yeah, I got the whole new setup, so all this is different. So instead of how it was where my desk was right there in the corner, I moved it to this corner of my room. So now you've got my One Piece posters, which I'm gonna fill this whole wall with them. Right now it's just right there, and then I've got my swords. Got a whole shelf that I built today. I'm going to. I got Funko Pops in there. See, look, in one of the shelves, I got Funko Pops. But I'm gonna get the whole shelf filled with them, and then in the back. So right now they're side by side in the back of the shelf. The shelf's like, so they're like right here in the shelf. And what I'm doing is that I'm gonna put them in each hole and fill in the back up, and then I'm gonna put my figures, which I have a Luffy figure right here, but I'm gonna put the figures in front of them. So then, and then I got Ulti up here. I got Ulti, but I got her, and then I got her box like in the corner, and then I got two big Funko Pops in the corner, down in the corner, and then I've got my two posters, which I might move those over a little bit, and then I'm getting a new TV, and yeah, then I got my bed right here. So, unlike it used to be, where I would have the light right here in the center, I have it up here now on the wall. I have it's the same ring light that I had already, but I got little tape strips or whatever, and I stuck it up on the wall. And then I got under the bed lights. I've got the lights that go all the way around my ceiling. Then I also got little lights to go up on the ceiling, like the one, like I don't know what they're called. They project lights onto the ceiling, but it's like in the corner of my desk, so it's like projecting over there. And then besides that, got the PlayStation right here. I'm gonna get a monitor to put right here for the PlayStation, but I also don't have, I gotta wait till money comes through for that. But first I gotta buy a new TV and a stand. But besides that, I mean, look pretty pristine. Let me post this on Twitter real quick, for people to come watch. Yep. Share Twitter. Better be logged in my Twitter. Yeah, I am. Okay. Tweet. And then let me go to my Instagram and do the same thing. Damn it. You know what? I'll just copy it and go straight to IG. IG Live. Okay, who's seen it? Who's this? Who the fuck? Follow back. Fucking weird. Okay. Who the hell is this? Yeah, let me turn on my mics on so some of y'all can hear me better. Oh, I know who that is. Okay. No, I don't want to delete anything. Can I not add to my story off of here? No, I only can look at it. Fuck. Okay. Young Gravy. Young Gravy. Younger gravy. Okay. Let me post it on YouTube. Not YouTube. Snapchat. Snippety chat. So that I can get started. Copy link. We're gonna go to Snapchat story. We're gonna post it on our public. We're gonna be live for a while because might as well. And I got nothing better to do. And I ain't done it in a while. Let's see. I gotta move it out enough. There we go. Let's see. We'll type something in the chat box in a second, see if it comes up. And I gotta make sure. Wait, which chat box is it though? Twitch. Old school. No, we'll just do clean. Alright, that should be fine. Let's see. Okay. I got a bit. We can't watch nothing crazy though, because YouTube's so strict. We gotta watch shit that's not like DMCA and shit like that, or copyright. I mean, because that shit will get taken down fast. Allow paste. Attach the Snapchat. I'm gonna put it on a public. I'm just gonna send it to all my best friends list. Congratulations! You posted on Kev's public story. Damn. Let's see. Anything else I gotta post it on? Oh, Instagram. I almost forgot. Oh, by the way, if you want me to watch anything, I don't know, political, non-political, funny videos, thing like that, just ask. And I will watch it and give my opinion on it. Okay. Alright. Let's get started. Trump indictment. What is that? Okay, why is he in indictment though? I heard my mom and them talking about it, but I don't know why he's getting indicted or whatever. Let's see. Oh no. Let's watch one of her. Brent Cooper's videos. No, Brett Cooper. Brett, is that how you say her name? Brent? I think it's Brent or Brett Cooper. She's a woman, but some of her takes are like freaking cool. I like her oh shit. I like some of her views on things. Brent plays Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We'll watch this video. Let's see. We'll do this, then this.
Welcome back to the comments section. I'm Brett Cooper. I cannot believe that I am saying this, but there was...
She has got to be the finest worker at Daily Wire.
There's a lot of boob stuff happening on the internet this week. And no, we are not talking about the big booby teacher in Canada. We've moved on from that story.
You're yesterday's news.
I saw this first story earlier this week, and I wasn't really going to talk about it because I didn't know where it would go, and then you guys kept tagging me in it. So here we go. This is for you. Before we get into that, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off the clock episode. All right, Free the Nipple is happening in real life.
No, in real life.
Women in Berlin can now swim topless in public.
We're going to Berlin. Yeah, let's go to Berlin. The boys plan a trip to Berlin. We're going to every pool in Berlin. Every pool.
Just as men can.
Especially when it's the hottest time of the day.
Oh, good. This is so exciting. Can we stop now? Can the feminists literally stop? Have we won? Have we stuck it to the awful patriarchal men by allowing them to see boobs?
Everybody, that's hilarious. Both viewers left immediately. That's funny. But nah, this is
everywhere
this is
now.
weird.
Do you not get how that is backwards? Do you not get how that?
Yeah, we'll stop. I'll stop watching the video now. Oh, that's funny. Berlin. Let's go to Berlin. The boys going to Berlin. Let's watch Pyro. Let's watch Pyro Cynical.
As humans have developed over the years, we now live in an age where everything is more accessible than ever. For example, we can laugh and mock people thousands of miles away who, without the internet, we never would have even known existed. And nothing makes me think more of this than court cams, where a camera is set up inside a courtroom and they start filming people just coping in front of the judge, saying how their game ended 15 people, and if they get let off nicely, they won't do it again. This is a collection of some of the most coping I've ever seen in my entire life, so hope you enjoy. Maybe we do a bit of court cam. What do we watch on court cam today? Top 5 outrageous outbursts? Couples in trouble. Let's give that a watch.
I like your hair today, Pyro Boy. I hope you're having a nice day.
That's an ASMR voice, but it just sounds creepy as shit.
She head to Union, South Carolina. The sentencing of
I wonder what they're in for, honestly.
Jeremy and Christine Moody.
Why is it always in Carolina, by the way? Has anyone noticed this? You know the meme, like, what the fuck going on in Ohio? What is going on in Carolina? There's always stuff like this going on in Carolina, man.
No, they are not exchanging vows. They're already married. They're also neo-Nazis.
That just went, what? Wait a minute. That just went from right here to just, how we jump from being married to being neo-Nazis? What the hell?
They're also Nazis. It's just so, like, there's no good delivery there. No subtlety.
After seeing his address in a sex offender state registry.
Oh, white supremacist.
So they're murderers, Nazis, and sex offenders. What the happened? What? This escalation. Wait. How far do you have to go? What is happening in Carolina? That's my question. South Carolina.
Sex offender. I thought you were gonna say they were. It's like just three in a row. It's like sex offender, Nazis, and married. So it's like a vigilante killing, I think. Like you'd think it'd be a noble cause, and then you find out that they're just actually Nazis.
As did Jeremy's tattoos, including skinhead written across his neck, white power atop his head.
How do you get away with that? How do you get a job with white power across your forehead or on the top of your head. How do you get a job? How? Watch it come out that he's like a fucking dedicated member of the electric power company or some shit like that. How? How do you get a job? Imagine you walking to your local CVS, you checking out. You just dude leans over to put your groceries in the cart, and it just says white power. Imagine. Fucking imagine.
What's
Oh
with the
my.
editing here? What are they doing, man? Thank you. I couldn't tell he was actually a racist. I couldn't tell. Thank you for flashing the white power on it.
Yeah, the Nazi, being a Nazi wasn't enough for me. I had to, I had to see the tattoos.
It's almost like in America, they don't understand subtlety. So they just have to always communicate something very obvious.
The Moody's pleaded guilty to murder, kidnapping, and burglary, and are in court asking Judge Lee
The Muller
Alford for
dance
mercy,
dance.
as well as the minimum sentence of 30 years in prison.
Right, firstly, he doesn't have Saul Goodman. It's done.
I believe that God has forgiven me of it. Please have mercy on Chris Lee and our son.
This is like, you know, when you're like 14 and you need to do a presentation in front of the class. Your Honor, I didn't mean to kill her. I won't do it again.
The Bible clearly states thou shalt not kill. I'm sorry I broke that commandment.
The Bible said I shouldn't kill. I did. I'm sorry. They make it out like they got caught shoplifting, right? Or they stayed out past curfew. Not first-degree murder.
Under the police indicate that Jeremy and I are sentenced to the same sentence of 30 years. Never kissing my husband or feeling his touch again is my very worst nightmare. Please give us the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you.
Please give us the light at the end of the...
No, that was fucking stupid. I was in the middle of texting somebody and my phone just shuts off. It's back on now, but what the fuck?
tunnel. Isn't that asking for death? She's literally asking for death there.
Justice demands a life sentence.
After hearing their sentence, the murderous couple share a final kiss before they're separated.
Oh, what?
Ew.
That wasn't even a little smooch. They were like, that was tongues nearly.
Hearing their sentences,
I got a good sound file for this.
My question is, who would kiss somebody with all them ugly ass tattoos on him? Why? Just why? Nah, bro. Fuck,
You can
man.
see the lawyer nudge them, like, stop that. Look at the lawyer. He's nudging them, like, please stop it.
No regrets. Killing that pedophile was the best day of my life.
What about not being able to see Jeremy?
Jeremy and I have a love that will withstand this.
What about what you said in court about repenting? Is that not true then?
No, it's not true. My lawyer made me say it. Do you have anything to say to the
Shut the oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my goodness. You're so fucking stupid. Oh my Christ. Oh Jesus, you're stupid. Oh Jesus. Like you are fucking retarded. Oh my god,
She
you're
says it so
retarded.
calmly. She says it so nicely. She's like a little dinner lady. May they die also.
we're in Ogden, Utah, for the sentencing of 41-year-old Dia Millerberg.
Dylan
2 years
Millerberg.
earlier, Millerberg, her husband, and their 16-year-old babysitter, Alexis Rasmussen, were sharing alcohol, marijuana, and prescription drugs.
Please don't tell me the 16-year-old overdose or some shit, or like they somehow got caught, like because the 16-year-old probably went and was like, look, my baby's or wait, my you know what I mean.
While engaging in sexual activity at the couple's home.
They've really told the guy at the court cam editing team, just get stock footage of pills.
Millerberg injected the 16-year-old with her third dose of heroin and methamphetamine,
Right.
causing an overdose.
You know what?
Most normal parent. I gave my son heroin. Is that a bad thing to do? I don't know. You get high off paracetamol. Base 10-year-old.
Dia made an agreement with the prosecution to testify against her husband.
No, they
exchanged for a
snitching.
reduced sentence.
They snitching on.
God, they look like a basic white couple. Oh my god. This is the football star that failed and became like a gangbanger or some shit, or like he works at he works at some power plant, or he's an ex-mechanic. She looks like a failed stay-at-home mom. that does drugs. He does drugs too.
On each other, no.
Millerberg turns to face the victim's family.
Hunter, can I?
No, no.
See,
She saw the last
this is where it's gonna go downhill. Watch.
episode of Better Call Saul and she thought it'd work. It's not gonna work. It's like a YouTuber apology. She just needs like a dog. She needs to hold a dog at her chest. This is like the chat. I was thinking the YouTuber apology, but everyone in chat is saying Amber Heard. Amber Heard, Tia.
So heinous and burying this young girl's body.
Whoever's running the camera in this court, they're doing a great job. You know, I can actually see like the fucking shades of color of her hair.
As for her husband, Eric Millerberg, he was convicted of child abuse homicide, obstruction of justice. Her husband,
Wait,
Eric
what was
Millerberg,
she sentenced to?
They're
Wait.
doing a great job. You know, I can actually see like the fucking shades of color of her hair.
As for her
2 years and 2 months in prison.
husband, Eric
Okay,
Millerberg,
or 4
he was
years and 2
convicted of
months in
child
prison.
abuse homicide, obstruction of justice, unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, and abuse or
It's
desecration of
done.
a body, and was sentenced to 6 years.
6 years? What? You know what I will never understand? My dad told me this once, right? And it is so true. It's almost like the worst thing you could ever do as a crime in any country is dodge taxes.
Let him lock me up for 10 or even 20 years. I'd be happy to do it for you.
The tax man is the worst person to piss off. I swear, like, there are people that get more years in jail from tax fraud than third-degree murder. It's insane.
Next.
Yeah, pretty much first degree. You could kill somebody broad daylight, but you evade the IRS. You fucked. You is fucked. The IRS will get your ass. I had to go get me some sustenance. Give me something to drink.
We go inside Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court in Cleveland, Ohio.
I thought that was George Bush. What's he doing here?
The death of her 5-year-old son, Jordan. She gave him a cold shower and put him to bed. The next day, the child was dead.
Wait,
Instead of calling 911, the couple covered the child in blankets.
Oh.
Mothballs.
Oh
Buried
no.
in their own backyard.
Oh my.
No. Oh my goodness. How would you think you would get away with that though? Please explain to me how you think you would get away with that. Oh my goodness. How the fuck? I'm genuinely confused. How do you think you get away with something like this? You could have just said the baby died because if the I don't fucking know, it just died. You don't have to do all this. Because what if somebody, people know you've had a baby. Why the fuck would you bury it in the backyard? Because it's like mishandling a corpse or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. It was something like that.
Okay, look, it's the fucking dog, by the way. What?
Police arrive at the home.
The side door on it is open. Not sure if anyone's inside.
How'd they bury the kid in the backyard though? Look, there's like apartments right behind them and shit.
Where's Charlie at?
He's with his dad.
Just checking the welfare.
She tells police Jordan.
What is with these zoom-ins? You've got like one full 4P camera footage, and you'll look at Mandela catalog screenshot or something.
His phone just got disconnected.
What's his name?
He just had his phone disconnected. He's gonna be calling me.
She's just lied to police.
Hang on a minute, you can't lie on the internet. Hang on a minute. You could lie in real life, but not on the internet.
The couple enter into a plea deal. Murder charges are dropped in exchange for pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter, felonious assault, 2 counts of child endangerment, and abuse of a corpse.
Something horrible must have happened for them to want to bury their own kid's body, though. There was definitely abuse there. And the fact that they're agreeing to this plea deal of involuntary manslaughter. Should we ever guess what the sentencing will be? The sentences are a lot more lenient than what they usually seem to be. So I think 5 years. 5 years? 2 weeks, imagine. Fucking put them in for a day. Let them out. They've had enough. I think with the amount of charges, each one is probably like 12 to 24 months. So I'm going to say 5 years. I've just noticed how morally wrong it is, basically playing with people's lives. Comment down below how many years you think he's going to get sentenced.
Total sentence of 25 years.
25?
I know as a judge I'm not supposed to show emotion.
Can we stop with the zoom-ins? I feel like I'm watching a fucking Christopher Nolan film. Can we stop? What's her emotions right now? I can't tell. Enhance. Enhance.
Next, we go to Bakersfield, California. The sentencing of Jonathan Hearn. The 27-year-old pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the death of Robert Limon. Hearn killed the victim because he was having an affair with Limon's wife, Sabrina, and she and Hearn put a plan into action. Instead of a divorce, Hearn went to Limon's workplace, seen here in this surveillance video, and shot the father of 2. Hearn was arrested.
These dumb ass people, like, you're gonna have like a fucking thing where you're like, oh, I want just us 2 to be together. But we're in couples already. So, how about I just kill your husband in broad daylight, and then we can get together and run off into the sunset. God almighty, people are fucking retarded. Oh my Jesus.
And charged with murder.
How is that manslaughter? That's murder.
Somebody that stood out.
That's like dead ass.
As having a role, magnetic personality. When you use the word affair, you're having sex with Miss Lamar.
She looks like the you know the painted lady from It. Okay, we can make the joke because she planned to kill someone.
But first, the former firefighter has a few things he'd like to say.
I'm sorry for
What's
stealing
that?
your brother, your friend. I'm so sorry.
Sigh, fake crying. I'm sorry for killing your loved one. Wipes eyebrow.
My question is, how you gonna? I can't get how people sit in court and stuff and read those sad ass shit on a piece of paper. Didn't you like pull up to his job and just fucking fire off at him or kill him? Like, didn't you just pull up to his work and shoot him? Like, how am I supposed to feel bad for you? How am I supposed to feel bad when you went out your way to kill this guy? Like, explain to me.
Piss himself. Does a sad sigh. Farts.
Defendant Cyrus Matthews was there on misdemeanor charges stemming from a road rage case.
Is he walking?
Wait, is he leaving?
Stemming from a road rage case.
Is he
Oh, he's gonna be held in contempt of court. No.
Come back.
No, you
Everyone
dumbass.
spamming walking emoji. Yeah, no, they actually don't tell you this. Only the best lawyers do. If you just walk out the courtroom and they can't charge you. Run! Run! He's doing his own little like Detroit Become Human, like mashing X and stuff now.
There seems to be a moment of hesitation here on Matthews' part. We now know it's the bailiff trying to reason with him, explaining that his escape will lead to felony charges.
Yeah. Well, why is he running again?
No avail.
Why is he running? What? He was actually ready to go back in. As soon as he sees her, he bolts.
Now, the Wadsworth police take over.
That sucks, man. You made it so much worse for yourself. You made it so much worse.
Officer James Walzer's receiving updates.
Chat's just spamming the car emoji now. Yeah. Oh no, he
Fucking
fumbled
dumbass.
it. He fumbled the heavy rain quick time event.
Matthews has crashed into a white SUV.
No.
That's Matthews' car there.
That's the
Did he
one
die?
time that they've used the zoom in through this entire video where it's actually been useful. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. What would he have got for a misdemeanor road rage? Probably community service or something, right? Like now they're gonna get you with like a vehicular manslaughter or something.
Matthews and his girlfriend are extracted by the Wadsworth Police Department and taken to the hospital. Matthews is
It's gonna be years now. It's gonna be years.
with aggravated felonious assault for injuring his girlfriend
Felonious
and the
assault.
occupants of the other vehicle. He's sentenced to 400.
Oh, that's just over a year. Just over a year. That is such an L. Bro was gonna get 90 days, and then he bumped it up to 400. Oh, I almost.
Oh, it ain't gonna be 90 days. That's like, oh, it would have been like probably 30. Maybe not even 30. Probably just a few days. Aggravated driving. I mean, as long as he didn't kill nobody.
Feel bad.
Fucking pulls out a gun and starts shooting people in traffic.
For him. I almost feel bad for him. I mean, I don't, but I almost feel bad for him.
You're gonna sentence me to life? Don't give a
Riker was recently found guilty of 16 crimes against his family, including sexual assault and physical abuse of a child, as well as reckless endangerment.
What
I don't think you need to add reckless endangerment if you're going to list all the stuff above. He killed someone. He was also kind of a bad person. What is this? This is like Bane.
Detonating several pipe bombs in Utah.
What? Pipe bombs as well? What? This is like The Incredibles or something.
It just keeps going. Like, why?
That poor lawyer over there, he must just think, I have got the worst client in history. There is no way I'm getting a win out of this.
I got your address, Wayne Merrick. I got your home address. I got address. I got address. And I'm having you all killed.
There's just something really comedic about that zoom in at the end, like with that music.
Having you all killed.
Members of the prosecution team.
She does not look happy. Like, she looks so miserable, even though this is probably the easiest case she's ever going to win in her life.
Riker didn't appear at his own sentencing, which would have really given him something to scream about. He was sentenced to 200 years in a state prison.
200 years, that is just comedically bad. What the judge should have done as the ultimate troll is give him 200 years, but the chance for parole after 199 years.
The 34-year-old Florida rock musician was charged with petty theft and damage to property for allegedly trying to steal nutritional supplements from a store.
So he tried to steal protein powder for his gains. Great.
Turn on the mic, please, somebody. Why do they...
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
You know me, don't you?
No.
I was going to pick up my script. They said it was a 45-minute wait for some reason. I'm walking around shopping. I go to the bathroom to take a piss and wash my hands.
And there's this bald guy with cancer and he's like punching the hand dryer over and over. You know, I've literally just realized right now, I've watched this before. I've just realized this now. Chris Chan court case. Chris Chan. Yeah, no, there's no court. There's no court case. It's just all good.
Let's see. Didn't Chris Chan get out? I'm like 40% sure he got out. I'm pretty fucking sure he got out. Maybe? Let's see. We'll shake the whole damn desk while just breathing. Let's see. Twitter versus Epic Maritime Halley. And Fracka Fresh. Goodbye E3. No. Where even was E3 this year? Damn it, I wanted to watch. Actually, was probably gonna watch it this year for once. All right, let's watch this.
Are you being bad faith by calling Steven bad faith or dishonest? I don't think so. I think that how people have these conversations matter. Look, if you want to keep your life private, that's good. But you can't go around pretending you've like done right by the people in your life when.
Do I want to burn the bridge with Brittany? I don't normally burn the bridges. I feel like I've been like pretty nice to Brittany. I've simped hard, defended her in my community. I try to give her the benefit of the doubt. She thinks I'm pro.
Some crazy stuff is going on
It's not crazy. It's just.
Yeah, no, I'm not sitting I'm not sitting through 2 hours of that. I'm sorry. There ain't no fucking way I'm sitting through 2 hours of that. I'm just not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Oh, wait, TLC. See what's on TLC today. No scrubs. No love from me. At the passenger side of the best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. This man pulled out a dozen of his own teeth. What the fuck? I want to watch this. Wait a minute. No, wait. TLC some bitches. I ain't trying to get copyright, bro. Hell no. Cause they'll take down the stream faster than they be recording them fat people. Oh my goodness. They be getting like mentally ill motherfuckers on there. And then just completely just be dogging their ass the entire fucking time. Like they'll sit there and dog their ass the entire video. Like, the entire time they do the episodes or whatever. Like, what was it? The girl that looked like an 8-year-old? And they were just dogging her, bro. They were going in. I'm dancing like Trump is right now while he chilling in Mexico. Mexico. Probably in like a resort or something in Mexico. EDP. The man, the myth, the legend, the pedophile. Let me stop.
EDP445. The man who just wanted a cupcake. In April of 2000.
Hey. To this day, this man has still not got his cupcake. I want to riot. I'm joking. Please don't never give this man a cupcake. Please to God. Especially if you're under the age of 18. Do not give this man a fucking cupcake. Do not. Do not. Do not.
2021, he was caught attempting to solicit a 13-year-old girl by a group hell-bent on exposing people like him. As a result of the public learning of this, he was brutally exposed by every YouTuber under the sun and cast out. This video by Charlie, Critical, Penguin Zero, has 15 million views.
Charlie. Man, we gotta worship Charlie.
Everyone knows
Charlie's
the story
like
by now.
Charlie is God.
Now, EDP had his channel deleted off of YouTube for what he did, and ever since then he's been floundering around.
He literally looks like
streaming
Jesus.
sites and trying to get popular by any means necessary. Well, now on his own website, he's released a new response video to the allegations, and it is truly something else. The video is just shy of 9 minutes long, and it is truly one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in my life. It's so weird, I don't think I can even describe it to you all, so...
What the fuck is this? Someone just sent me this image. What the fuck? I guess this was in Walmart. Why is she standing like that? Wait a minute. Why is she standing like that? What the fuck? That was so weird.
Instead, why don't I just show it to you?
The incident that took place on April 18th, 2021 actually didn't occur.
Now, right off the bat, you might be familiar with the man speaking here. Yes, the real former United States President, Barack Obama, has decided to make a public appearance here and support.
No. Not Barack Obama's.
Support of EDP. Everyone please clap for Barack, okay? We
Not
do
Barack
support his
Obama.
efforts in keeping Guantanamo Bay open. Well, President Obama has decided to give him a presidential pardon for his crimes. No, I mean, obviously, I'm I'm joking here, right? This is not the real Obama. In case you guys didn't know, okay? I may be the one person who could figure it out, but this voice is not the real Obama. But this is some kind of like
Dude, no. The presidents play Black Ops 2. Their Barack Obama sounds better than that one.
events, basically with EDP attempting to vindicate himself, being interviewed by like artificial intelligence voice Obama. And here at 37 seconds in, we have an email on screen of EDP interacting with Chet Goldstein, the leader of the Predator Poachers group himself. And the Predator Poachers, of course, was the group that initially caught him, right? They exposed him, they baited him by pretending to be a 13-year-old girl, picked a location to meet up with him, and then they, you know, did a sting operation. They exposed him, right? And that was what led to all the shit that EDP is in now, the end of his career. It was because of the Predator Poachers.
So, explain what actually happened.
Oh, it's simple. What occurred, I was set up.
Okay, so you're saying that you were set up. Now, explain how that actually happened.
Well, first and foremost, you know, in the very beginning, I was emailed by Chet.
So in this email, first EDP gives an address asking if this is the right place, and then we get this reply saying, yes, that is the correct location. Javier, our cameraman, will meet you at the Rite Aid parking lot on Sunday the 18th at 2 p.m. and instruct where the improv scene will take place. We will need to see how you act out a random scene for 30 to 40 minutes to see if you're fit for the film we're planning to shoot in the Bakersfield area in October. The scene we may ask you to act out may seem odd, and I may crack jokes and be rude in certain parts of the shoot that may seem offensive to you. But keep in mind, we have a protocol of situations we may throw at you to see how you respond and act in helping us determine if you're a good fit for the part. If selected for the part for the film we're shooting in Bakersfield in October, we will reach out 7 to 14 business days from our meeting. Please message me back to confirm this date. Sincerely, Chet Goldstein, Wavelength Productions. Holy shit, EDP is going to be playing a pedophile in a movie? Yeah, I'm sure that's what.
Yeah, no. You ever seen like a mainstream actor want to be a pedophile in any movie? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Have you ever seen Johnny Depp do a movie where he's a pedophile? We'll shine a light on murders. We'll shine a light on anything but pedophiles. Pedophiles is where we draw the line. Fuck pedophiles. I honestly, if they dropped if I found a pedophile in an alligator pit and they were begging for their life, I'd sit there and watch.
What's going on here? So the implication here, right,
Put some
and what he
popcorn.
explicitly says in this email is that the whole confrontation that happened with EDP where they caught him being a pedophile was actually fake, okay? He's claiming that this email is evidence that they had interactions before, they planned to shoot a movie to test out a part for a film, but later on they released the footage as if it was real, and basically they destroyed his life, okay? False allegations. Now obviously, I think if you guys are familiar with this story, you're gonna know that this
It was literally live streamed. How the hell? Okay.
Bullshit. There's so much going into this, I don't know if I even need to explain it, but I'm going to anyway. With the fact that EDP, real name Brian,
It was live streamed, and it was and they had chat logs.
Moreland has been caught multiple times already for this kind of predator shit. Even before the Predator Poachers caught him, right? He was caught for being a predator, and he kept doing it over and over. And obviously, the amount of insane things that would have to be true for this email to be real, and this story to be real that he's pushing, it would actually break reality. And it's obviously not real, and I can tell not only because it's just fake and made up, and I know in my heart, based on all the other info, that it's fucking stupid, okay? I know in my heart, guys, my heart is beating and telling me that he's fucking lying, but you can literally see the shitty cropping on top of Chet's email, where whatever this real email was used to be. You can see little black flecks, and that's not something on your screen. It's not just like stuck on your computer screen. It's not some fucking dirt. It's actually on the image itself that he put in the video. These little black flecks are there because there was some other text there that he then pasted over with white to put the fake email there. But they're so goddamn incompetent that they couldn't just fix that massive mistake. And the video has text saying, we received this directly from Brian's attorney, but like, Why now? This happened years ago. If this was a real email and this was all staged, why not just like reveal it right away, right? Why not reveal it back then when the allegations came out? Like, is this really a matter that you want to wait on? Like, after you've been called a pedophile by the entire internet, you're gonna be like, no, I just won't actually do anything about that. Not a big deal. I'll just let it sit for a while. I'll let it stew. I'll let people call me that, and then I'll come out after 2 fucking years. But of course, it's not staged. Of course, it's a real interaction. Of course, he actually got caught.
The incident that took place April 18th.
And you know, Chet basically had some chat logs and stuff like that, and he just wrote out a scenario and just told me to go with it, and that's what happened.
Okay, and Javier is the gentleman.
What about your face? The piece of shit. Picture your dick. What about all that? What happened to all that? And why are you releasing this now? Why now? Why couldn't you wait till literally the same fucking day? Why would you wait so long? It's been like a year or something since this happened. It's been like 2 years. And you want to do this now.
Wearing the brown t-shirt with a black beard. He was the one with that camera, correct?
Yeah, the curly-haired motherfucker who looked like he just crawled up out of a fucking dumpster. Yeah, that's him.
I mean, this is the classic EDP content that everyone subscribed for in the first place, right?
Okay, the cameraman Javier walked you over to Chet Goldstein. Do you have any indication on what you're walking into, what type of scene you're going to be acting out?
He didn't tell me shit, basically, you know what I mean? He basically just said, hey, we got some chat logs here. We're going to improv this bit. Go along with it. I'm just like, all right, cool.
Okay, so in your mind, the acting scene is over. You walk back to your car parked at the Rite Aid. Did you conversate with any of the guys further?
Yeah, so pretty much I got in my car, I drove off. That would have been, on the end of that, and then I came back.
That the whole point to this exchange was for him to boost his film career. Was he ever even like trying to act? Was he an actor in any capacity? And he says that he like gets home after the audition and he thinks he like made it. He like cries because he found it to be such an emotional experience for him.
So at this point, you're feeling very confident that you actually have a film career kind of starting to pick up here.
Bruh, you know what's funny? You can see right there. You see where my mouse is? You can see right there where he copied, where he like took a little image, he placed it over somebody else's name. Because when you have like emails and stuff like this doesn't happen right here. This right here doesn't appear. It would just be just a name. And then the name's not even lining up with the date. Oh, well. Wait, let me see what the hell. I'm slow. And okay, I might be a little wrong on that because I might be just slow on that one. But you could see where it was copied, where he just where he typed his name out, cut it, and placed it right on top of that. And then the fucking C in this ain't even centered. This looks like something somebody would type if they were trying to fake it, and then it was like breaking news. EDP 445 is innocent.
Yeah, dude, I was ecstatic. I was happy.
Stupid.
You know what I mean? I was I was besides myself, man. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie to you, man. I came home, cried a little bit because I was like, man, it's like, it's finally starting to pay off. You know what I mean? Ain't no more being broke. It's motherfucking, scraping quarters by to get some fucking fries at McDonald's and shit. You know what I mean? A motherfucker actually lived a good life.
You had like 3 million followers. How the fuck do you not have money to go get fucking McDonald's fries?
You know what I mean?
I honestly think he did cry, but I would say it's probably not because his film career did not take off. It's because he was exposed to be a child predator. And he also claims that he was like broke when no, he was not. He had a house, he had some cars, he had a lot of stuff. He had a bunch of guns, he had a bunch of like jerseys and shit, like sports jerseys. He was a big baller. He was spending a lot. And by the way, since then, we've seen that all of his cars have gone up for sale.
See, if EDP, when it happened, apologized, went, got help, did what he needed to do to get the respect and stuff back from people, he could have salvaged his career. But all he did was double down, saying he's not one, he's not one, he's not one. Made excuses, threatened people, like, you just ruin your life by doing that.
He sold an act.
Like, you ruin your life by going up there in the first fucking place, but not getting help and not, like, actually taking accountability for what happened. You just fucked yourself over, honestly. Because I've seen racists, I've seen anti-Semists. How do you think Nick Fuentes is still even anywhere in the popular media? He is racist. He thinks that black and white people shouldn't even be together. So he basically don't want me to exist. Like,
Acura MDX. Okay, and back in the day, he had a new Acura. Those are like nice, expensive, luxury cars. The MDX is like one of the nicer Acuras you can get.
Actually, EDP could make it if he did streaming. Like, I feel like he'd make a comeback with all the degenerates and incels and pedophiles and shit that be on Rumble and racist. Rumble and Kick. He could probably make a comeback. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a comeback, but he could make some money doing that.
And I think he sold it for close to $60,000. Like, he was selling all of his possessions. People were posting about it on Reddit, being like, yeah, this guy's totally out of fucking money. Around 2019 or 2020, from YouTube and Cameo, he was making a ton of money. I mean, he had YouTube ad revenue, right? He had Cameo where people would say him to just, like, say a funny thing for their friend or whatever. And he was undoubtedly dropping, like, tens of thousands of dollars a month on dumb crap based on his spending habits that he showed off in his videos. And now he's broke and has to sell all of his valuables. But back then, he was like at the peak of his career. He was at the absolute apex of his ability to earn and make money right before the Predator Poachers thing happened. And then when it happened, he ended up throwing it all away, and now he's selling all his shit. Imagine all of that, guys, for a simple cupcake. It brings a tear to my eye.
All of a sudden, bam, my sister hits me up. My fucking close friends blocked me. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then all of a sudden, you know, my sister again, you know I just talked about her. My sister again, she's all like, dude, are you okay? What the f is going on? Blah, blah, blah. This entire incident / setup bullshit has completely ruined my motherfucking life, or at least came damn near close to. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned before, I can never get back my name, my reputation, the fucking money that was fucking stolen.
Oh, no. You lost that shit the minute you went to go see a fucking child. You lost it. You you weren't gonna have that. No. You was not gonna have that after that. Maybe if you would have took the right steps after that, maybe. You see Chris Brown, he beat the shit out of Rihanna, and you see what he's doing now. But you being a pedophile and beating a woman, for some reason that's on two different, well, it should be. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you see Chris Brown made a comeback, but EDP's fat, ugly, and a pedophile, so there ain't no comeback for that. And he's retarded. From the moves he made, the way he didn't ever want to apologize, take accountability, get help, he was gonna ruin his career either way.
Literally robbed blind, and everybody is like, oh well, EDP, it's all great and gravy. It's like, motherfucker, I thought we lived in a country where justice always prevails. Like, where the is the justice at in here? I got
And he's right about this. I mean, he did lose everything, but he also did that all to himself. He lost everything of his own volition. I mean, he chose to lose everything by meeting up with this young girl, or trying to meet up with who he thought was a young girl. He chose to let it all slip away, okay? He did it to himself. And so in this video, he's like sympathy baiting, really trying to get people to like feel bad for him, right? But I can't see how anyone could, given that the guy is not only a child predator, but a real stupid one who exposed himself, you know? There's no way around it. And the thing is, EDP has been caught trying to mess around with kids before the big exposed video by the Predator Poachers, and he made a response video that people actually believed, right? They took it at face value and decided to give him another chance. chance. Even though he was already guilty and had tried to prey on children, he still had another chance. He still had a shot at not like letting it ruin his career.
You know what, man? Punk motherfuckers like Cold Raven, they all come and go. You know what I mean? I've been up on this platform for 10 plus years. I've seen bitch ass motherfuckers come and go, try to make a goddamn name by trying to expose me, by trying to do whatever the that they can to try to get their goddamn subs and their name popular and get it.
I'm trying to get my dick wet.
Ranks. You know what I mean? I work hard to get to where I'm at, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let some
and you let it all crumble.
Motherfucking wanna be push around looking motherfucker ruin what the fuck I'm busting my ass so fucking hard to get.
So he makes this response video, everyone believes him, his fans support him, and no other YouTubers apart from like 2 smaller channels like Cold Raven were exposing him, right? It was only small channels. His fans still supported him, okay? At this point, like, okay, he's still a predator, he's still an awful person, but he had a chance to not fuck up his career. If he was smart, he would have done that, right? If he was calculating, if he had any sense of self-preservation, he would have not done this. But then he decided to tempt fate. He got cocky, he thought he could get away with it, and the next thing he knew, he was being exposed and had everything he had taken from him. This is a guy who fully knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew he was risking his career, but he did it anyway, okay? He did it anyway. All for some 13-year-old cupcake, and it cost him everything, and rightfully so. He deserved it. I can't...
Oh my god, why did he say it like that? Some 13-year-old cupcake. Oh no.
I can't think of a person more deserving of his downfall than a pedophile.
Oh, everything is blowing up. You've got the evidence, you've got the emails. Why not just go to the public and make a statement?
Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, you know, I went into my mailbox and I noticed I had deleted all of the emails.
You deleted the emails? What a perfect explanation. I never thought of that. Fuck, guys, this changes everything. I really should have thought about that one. You deleted the emails. I fucking hate you, EDP. You fucking suck. And it's not even just because you're a fucking, like, freak, creep. It's because you're fucking dumb. What a perfect explanation. And then your lawyer told you not to say anything while he watched your career be put in the gutter, watched you sell all of your possessions, watched you leave your house, watched you be a fucking Uber driver or whatever, watched it.
Man. He had to put some of that shit on discount. That is fucking... Why would you sell that for so cheap? $75 for this, man? Hell. $125 for his card collection? My question is, you could sell all this on eBay and probably make shitload of money. Maybe not a shitload, but you'd make more money than trying to sell it on your fucking website or Craigslist of all fucking things.
To get to the point of no return, and now 2 years later, your genius lawyer, your genius legal counsel finally decided that now is the time to come out to talk about this. Very, very believable story, buddy, okay? I mean, it feels like I'm going in circles with here a little bit with the cheap shots because the story is obviously fabricated, the emails are fake, the date planned for the shoot is not even the same day that the confrontation took place that ended his career. Like, it's all so out of whack, I can't even believe he thought posting this would be a good idea. My prediction is that he saw people like White or whatever who were falsely accused, and they managed to dispel allegations against them, rightfully so, and he saw this and he was like, okay, well, maybe I can get on this whole thing too. Maybe I can use this like false allegations kind of, you know, narrative, you know, a narrative that is true for people like White who are falsely accused of being, you know, rapists or you know, whatever else they may be accused of. He sees this and he's like, oh, well, I may be guilty, but this kind of thing is an opportunity for me to get back in the YouTube game, you know, to get the public back on my side. But everything about it, from how sloppy the fake email
that
is,
will never
the story
happen
itself not making any
unless everybody's memory gets wiped at one time and everything on the internet with EDP being a pedophile was wiped at one time. Ain't nobody fucking forgetting this shit.
Sense.
And they ain't never letting your ass live this down. And you honestly, yeah, no one's gonna let that shit slide, bro. You fucking ruined your whole life because you wanted a cupcake.
The interviewer being an AI Obama voice, like, does he not have any like no friend that can interview him or something? Like, he can't get anyone to come and help him. Like, really? It's all so bizarre. I'm so perplexed. I feel like I'm in a fever dream from watching this fucking video.
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so
bizarre.
And it's a feeling I've had before.
It is
with watching
so
some other
bizarre.
videos. I get the same kind of feeling from like Futuristic Hub or stuff like that, or like you guys know that video that's like, "Mommy, can I get Minecraft on my PC?" You guys know that video? That's like the same vibe I get from this EDP video. It's it's out of another world. It does not belong in the land of the living. It does not make sense.
Mommy, why does it like you? Minecraft on my ex. No, wait, shit.
I mean, even the name used on the email, Chet Goldstein, is not the dude's real name who exposed him. That's not his legal name. It's like an alias he used for YouTube or something. Why would a production company email him with a fake name on it? Why would the date be wrong? I don't understand. Why was he so lazy with this? I mean, give me a little more to work with, EDP, okay? A little bit of a harder time debunking your video. You had your big shot to save yourself, okay? And you couldn't even fix the little black fucking spots on the email. Amazing, dude. Fucking genius. You know, looking back on EDP 445 getting exposed, it really was the most kind of prolific, the most high-profile YouTube pedo catch ever. I remember watching his storytime videos with my friends at the lunch table in high school, and he was just such like a true YouTube gem. Like, his content was something special. You know, say what you want about him, but he was funny. He did have a knack for YouTube content. He knew how to do good storytelling.
Oh yeah. It was one that was like, I beat my so hard that I can't feel my left leg. Repeat, I cannot feel my left leg.
Joke, and he was just a funny guy in general. He was even likable, you know. Obviously,
I just
before we
beat
found
my
out his
so
true nature,
hard.
this dude had so many subscribers. He had been featured on television shows. He was on Howard Stern, like the biggest radio show of all time. The guy had a level of success that most people just do not see on YouTube, and he was very unique. He was genuinely funny, and for that, his fans loved him. They adored him. I remember even when the allegations first happened, a bunch of his fans, you know, I do assume they're just like edgy trolls, but they were like, "We don't care what he did. We don't care about the victims. We love EDP445. He's my favorite YouTuber, and I will defend him to the death." And you know, this happens with a lot of YouTubers when people have these parasocial relationships.
You only can. Die-hard fans only can defend somebody to a certain extent, and you can't defend a pedophile, man. You can't, because you'll look like one too.
Because the average audience member hates the idea that the person they look up to and respect could be some kind of creep. You know, they could be an irredeemable human being. But ultimately, as I said before, he just destroyed his own life, and it's no one's fault but his own. What I find particularly interesting about this video from EDP is that the initial premise is kind of like smart. You know, if he was a better manipulator or just like, you know, less lazy, if he was a more intelligent person in general, I feel like he could fabricate some kind of story that would be at least like half, okay, not half, but 25% believable to like, you know, low IQ individuals. They'd be able to find his video, maybe they'd believe it, and then he could profit off of those fans that somehow believe his bullshit, right? There's some path to some level of success from this, okay? It makes sense, but from the evil perspective of somebody who did something terrible and now wants to be back on the top, you know, he could have come out with something better. But in execution, I mean, no matter how evil he is, the guy is just a complete dumbass. I mean, he made this video that's completely laughable. Why AI Obama? Amidst everything else, like, couldn't you get someone to narrate this on Fiverr or something? Like, you mean to tell me this guy was once a professional YouTuber? To me, this comes across like a child made it. And knowing EDP, maybe one did. Okay, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, yes, he is a pedophile, but no, a child did not make the video. You'll understand what I'm saying here. But anyway, that's about gonna wrap up what I have to say. Just you know, an update on the EDP 445 situation. Bryant Moreland is back, and his comeback video is truly something else. Okay, one of the greatest pieces of content I've seen in quite a while.
Honestly, if he just kept making videos, eventually somebody will watch it. Somebody will tune in and watch that horrendous piece of shit of a man. Somebody will. What is it, Caillou? Something on my Xbox? FNAF ruined him. Oh no. Let's see.
Nathan Smith, also known as Nathan Sharp, also
I wouldn't be surprised if the internet just went out right now.
also known as Nate Wants to Battle is a musician that has come to be widely known and respected among many fandoms across the internet. Growing up, if you were into Pokemon, anime, and of course Five Nights at Freddy's, then chances are you most likely stumbled across the revolutionary magic put out by this one man. But as Nate was launched into stardom and the spotlight, disaster lurked behind the scenes. What happens when a creator becomes tied to a single franchise, unable to move on? What happens when members of the community that brought you so much joy turn out to be despicable people? What happens when your passion and drive turn into a chore? Well, I'm glad you asked, because today we'll be looking at just that. Join me as we discuss what exactly happened to Nate Wants to Battle. It's important to reflect on where it all stemmed from before we dive deeper into what may have gone wrong. Nate's beginnings were a humble one, as most are.
I was tired. I was overall not great. Video games were a very important release for me. I had also created what I would call at the time my side channel and wanted something lighthearted, something fun.
And so, being someone who loved both music and games, it wasn't long before the opportunity presented itself for him to mix the two in an artistic style.
On my drive home, these lyrics or payphone just started popping into my head, and they were about Pokemon. And 2 hours later, I had created I'm at a Center.
I'm at a center trying to get better.
My first ever Pokemon parody. And it worked. It worked, man. Nothing I had ever done in my life as a musician had ever performed that well.
And it's no surprise
It's ass.
that parody garnered as much attention as it did. Content creators didn't know this as well back then as we all do now, but attaching yourself to something that's already trending is a surefire way of rising alongside whatever it is that you're covering. A bonus would be to bring
It was
something new to the market
ass.
that no one else has been able to, and Nate most certainly met that mark.
No one's doing rock music about this. No one's making whatever you want to call it, metal, core, emo, whatever you would label it as. No one is making heavy rock music about this game. And that could be a, I guess, fun idea.
The Pokemon parodies would continue until 2015 in addition to whatever else Nate decided to post at the time. Though this era of his channel has long since been privated, remnants of these memories still exist within people that enjoyed them.
You're welcome.
2014 will forever be marked as the year when a small indie game took the internet by storm. It was impossible
It's
to
a
ignore the
game, man.
influence this meager horror title had on the scope of YouTube and every other social site active at the time.
It was impossible to ignore the popularity of a game called Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone was let's playing this game. Everybody was talking about this game. Songs, original songs about the game, not even covers, just band songs were popping off. And that would change my life.
Five Nights at Freddy's!
This would be the most defining moment of his career. It's no secret that FNAF is what Nate is most well known for. Whether that be for
You just don't get it.
Go into later. Even
Do
the
you wanna
that
stay?
made on
Five
his
Nights at
reputation for the songs
Freddy's.
Nate made around the Fazbear franchise.
Fucking love Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me get my fun. Let me go get my Fun Time Freddy boy. Where is that? It's on the floor somewhere. Where'd he go? I got Springtrap, but where's freaking... Bro, come on. I have Jigglypuff over here, but I don't have... Where the is my, where's he at? That is very gay. Oh my god. That is so stupid. Where the Oh, that's dumb. That is so dumb. I have Springtrap though, but I don't know where the fuck my Fun Time Freddy Plus went. If I find it, I'll put it over here. But Springtrap. Surprising, like it ain't been fucked up or something. It's gonna stay right there.
Are what grounded their childhood. That post was also the most well received one on my channel, so honestly, it's thanks to all of you that this video was made. Subscribe to help me out in the future with what you want to see. Believe me, there's a lot more content on other creators making its way to you very soon, and I'd love for all of you to be a part of it. To put it bluntly though, his original songs revolving around the multitude of Freddys are what allowed him to garner a large enough following, which led to him achieving great things with this newfound fan base. In my eyes, Nate was always capable of the feats he's accomplished. FNAF was merely a tool he used to unlock the doors to the mainstream music industry, where he really got to show what he was capable of. Those people that call Nate an overnight success don't know the definition of that term. To be an overnight success is to be thrown into the spotlight with little to no effort. This couldn't be falser when it comes to the story of Nathan Sharp. Music was always his passion, yes, but he had to struggle to reach his goals. Financially, emotionally, and creatively, I imagine it was all a strain on him before he got to see just how much people care about his work. Since then, he's been able to collaborate with people he looked up to himself, while composing the most beautiful pieces that you might recognize from widely popular mediums today.
Collaborated with a bunch of big content creators that I've looked up to. I got to work on official songs for shows that I grew up watching. I've voiced in official dubs for anime that I love.
This goes without even mentioning how he's gone on tour and outright established his own music label. His art has reached Sonic Frontiers, Attack on Titan, and Dragon Ball Z to say the least. He isn't just some FNAF songwriter, though the shadow of that franchise would not leave him anytime soon, as we'll see. Going back to that same community post I mentioned earlier, you can also see a trend of people that recall fond times listening to Nate's songs, but there's hardly any mention of what he's been up to in the present. That isn't just my community though. Anyone can sense an absence of his from the fandom he's been associated with for so very long. He went from hanging out with MatPat, Mark, AJ, the Game Grumps, and so many others to now being largely isolated, or so it seems. So, what has apparently gone wrong? Well, there's no one right answer, so it's better to lay it all out at once. Among Nathan's ever-growing list of successes was the aforementioned tour he got to go on. This was when he
one of the
got to perform his
pictures. I
songs
hope this
live
one
on
picture
stage in
doesn't
front
get
of an audience
told
of
that I can't
thousands
have
where
it
he
up.
got to truly shine. That wouldn't be all though. Nate decided that he wanted to highlight others in the same industry as him. After all, he knew what it was like to build yourself up from nothing, and so he wanted to lend a hand to those that didn't have as big of a platform as his.
I'd absolutely cook waffles. Alright.
Thus, in 2017, Nate rebranded his original channel into Give Heart Records. He established an independent music label that could give back to the fans and show what others were capable of. It also served as a method for Nate and his cohorts such as Sean Christmas to publish their songs the way they saw it best. All in all, this would be a massive W for Nate, with Give Heart Records now being synonymous with his brand. All the while, his personal content along in this video. You wouldn't believe the work I had to go through to dig these up. I wonder why they were even privated in the first place. But regardless, trouble would arise when one artist within the label and tour group turned out to be not so good. Mando Pony, similar to Nate, was an artist that found his footing in the FNAF fandom. His songs were deemed classics up until 2020, which is when he was exposed for just being a disgusting human being. Without this shifting into a video focused on him, all the allegations released against him have more than enough proof to stand on. I'll link a video and Twitter thread in the description if you'd like to learn more yourself. To cut it short though, turns out that Mando Pony likes kids in the worst of ways. While that's all terrible, I'm sure you must be pondering about what Nate has to do with all of this. Well, Mando Pony was an individual that Give Heart Records partnered up with. It was to the extent that Mando even got to go on tour with Nate. Before moving on, let me make it clear. Nate had no knowledge of Mando's abhorrent acts, and that was how the degenerate was able to abuse his time on Nate's tour and go after more victims. Fortunately, he was dropped as soon as the evidence came to light, and Nate ceased contact with him immediately. However, this wouldn't be the last time that being associated with FNAF revealed itself to be an obstacle for Nate who wants to battle. Burnout is a phenomenon which impacts any person that has a knack for the creative arts. That's why it's imperative to never push yourself too hard to the point where you feel trapped with whatever it is that you do. Nathan Sharp found himself backed against a corner facing this same burnout. The guy made more songs than any A-list celebrity could even dream of releasing in a lifetime.
Over 300 songs, which is more than any musician should do in their lifetime.
More often than not, they were about the Five Nights games as they progressed from part 1 to Security Breach. He even produced bangers around other indie titles as they ran their course of popularity. The thing is though, these songs act as his primary source of income, I imagine, and without them, he simply wouldn't have the funds to continue working on bigger projects. That's the consequence of tying yourself to one franchise. It's harder to branch out when the most acknowledgement your work gets is
He
when
could have
it's
did
related
Bendy
to
and the Ink
something else
Machine.
entirely. And that can be demotivating on its own to know that you don't have full control over the content that you put out.
Or he could have spanned on to the popular fan games around in that sector. After like FNAF was not as like when FNAF was like had this like off season or whatever, or when Security Breach didn't come out to be as big as it should have been, he could have did songs revolving around Five Nights at Candy's, Juniors. He could have branched out and did other things. Even Bendy and the Ink Machine, he could have did that. He could have did these VHS horror, not the VHS ones. What's the one that's like in the? It looks like it's from like 19 something. I don't remember what it's called.
To combat this fatigue, Nate found a great workaround. He'd pull his inspiration for the lyrics of his songs from different parts of his own life.
I wrote this Five Nights at Freddy's song about feeling lost and outcast. So, that sounds something maybe relatable. Check out the full song.
These songs were derived from Nate's personality and journey. Not only did they act as fuel for Nate's rampant burst of album releases, but ironically it was also the biggest contributor, Nightmare, even Mangled. They're all pieces that can fit within the distorted FNAF canon. But to be honest, they work just as well as their own songs.
I wrote this song when I was mentally struggling. I was getting so swept up by work and social media, and I completely had lost my own sense of identity in other people's expectations. Don't do that.
Nate's relatability is what makes these songs so unique. We connected to these songs because they came from a place of truth and discovery, and not just some desire to make as much money as possible.
Soon we'll be set free. We're only kids who lost our way, but if we wait long enough, we will be saved. Just sleep, just dream.
Inevitably though, all good things must come to an end. On the 24th of August,
I ain't judging.
2022, Nate posted a video under the title of It's Time to Move On, where he briefly went over what we just discussed in terms of burnout.
I think it's time to move on to other things. But not before we do this without one last big hurrah.
And so, with the release of his newest album called Scrap Heap and one heartwarming goodbye, Nate retired. Or so we thought. Turns out he'd later make this community post which dictated how the recent economic crisis had scared him, so he'd promptly returned to making FNAF music. Whether that is the best decision for Nate personally is something yet to be revealed. If anything though, this just proves how my latter points were correct, in that Nate's career and FNAF are inseparable at this point. Although that isn't necessarily a bad thing. He wouldn't have been able to reach these people were it not for his association with Scott Cawthon's empire. As for now, I believe Nate has run the course of what he wished to do with his career.
She looks like an actor. Fuck what actor? God damn it. I know exactly what fucking woman. I know exactly who it is too. Fuck, she looks like an actor. And maybe he is an actor. Maybe the actor I am thinking about.
Can be boiled down to how, aside from music, there isn't much he wants to do. And that's alright. Like PewDiePie, Nate Wants to Battle is still here. He's just past the point where he wants to grow his brand. You could say he's done with the main story and is just now filling out side quests. Quite frankly, he's done his part, and whatever is to come, it's clear that Give Heart Records will carry on his legacy. If you enjoyed this video,
I did not enjoy this video. Not at all. Did not enjoy one bit. Let me stop. Let me stop lying. I didn't even listen to half of it. I'm lying. I heard it. But I was setting up my account on my phone for something. SCP? Oh no. Oh yeah, Hassan Bull was beating his fucking cat. I don't know why. I mean, it's kind of fucked up. I don't know why he did that, honestly. I mean, he's literally treating it like he was a fucking toddler. Like, Hassan Bull was doing what a toddler does when he's around a cat. That's literally what he looked like he was doing. I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or what, but he literally looked like a fucking child. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Anyways, news. Let me see what we got for news. Twitter reacts to Metro Boomin and JID announcing their collab album. I ain't gonna lie, I need this.
I used to watch Dama's live news. I used to watch him on YouTube, but then he stopped posting for like 3 months, and then I just stopped watching it.
I need this. I ain't gonna cap. Can we hear a snippet though? Nah, they not gonna drop no snippet. Nah, I need this.
Metro Boomin on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. This gonna be a cult classic when this drop. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Didn't YoungBoy and Lil Nas already drop a song? We as a whole need that. I might have to listen to that on stream. But anytime I listen to some lyrical type shit on stream, y'all know y'all be like, oh my god, like play Yeet, play YoungBoy, like oh my god, bro, please play. Like we don't want to hear this. Like I feel like I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not talking about everybody here, but at least, and by the way, if the shoe don't fit, I mean just don't wear it. But at least 60% of y'all music taste is horrible. And I mean, we see what happened in the aux the other day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But we seen what happened in the aux the other day. You feel me? I like country music. Play Beethoven. What's your favorite rapper right now? To be honest, I don't know. I can't answer that question right now, even if I wanted to. Right, famous song is Old Town Road. Okay. That's right. You know, we listen to greatness. We in the same place. CJ so cool. Sparkles and champagne. I got you. Okay, nah, but we need that album though. We need that album though. Goons claim they took Ice Spice chain and tells her to pull up.
But listen, man, we got Ice Spice chain, man. Stop playing.
Oh, I saw this shit the other day. They fucking took Ice Spice chain and was like, "Come get it." I don't even know if that's actually a chain or not. It looks like it. It looks like the one she used to wear before she has like the big old one with her face.
Man, pull up. I know where we at, man. Come to the blood of the. Come get you shut of the. Little bitches is put of the.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hey, come on. We sliding. Yeah. We got we sliding.
Munches and that unite.
Come on, man. We don't play. Come on, man. We're gonna fuck their cat. We pulled up. New York, where you at? Come on, man. We already on the way. You know what I mean? We got to pull up. That's it. We throwing hands. She doesn't know. Oh shit. That is crazy, bro. That's not her chain, bro. I've never seen Ice Spice with that chain on in like ever. Like, hold on, let me see the chain.
Yo, listen, man, we got Ice Spice chain, man.
Cloud chasing gas. What does that joint say? Yo, cloud chasing gas is at an all-time high. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think that says clean.
Man, stop playing with me, man. Pull up. I know
that little ass chain.
Where we at, man? Come to the blood of the. Come get you shut of the. Little bitches is put of the.
Lindsay ass chain, CD ass chain, dollar store ass chain, 7-Eleven ass chain, Wawa ass chain. Bro, keep that joint, bro. Please keep that joint, bro. Please keep it. Please keep it, bro. That was some Buster shit. I ain't gonna lie. You can keep that too. You can keep that too. I ain't gonna hold you. Dollar store ass shade. People be trying to do anything to get famous, bro. They might be saying people be on meat, bro. People be on meat, bro. Hey, does the goal work actually? Hold on. Random thing, but I'm starting. I didn't realize that the goal was still on. I checked today, chat, on the Twitch, on my Twitch, and my goal was still at 5K followers. I haven't changed it in like an entire year. And now I changed it to 2K subs for the goal, and then it showed up like this. Does it, if y'all scroll down on where y'all at, does it show like the goal for y'all? Because I'm pretty sure that if it showed this, then we good then. Yes, it does. It does. You can see it. Yes. Okay, cool. TTV Zanya. Thank you for the prime. I appreciate you. Bet. I'm surprised. There's a lot of stuff I gotta go check.
Let me see the
or a lot of the things I haven't changed it in a very long time. So I gotta go update some of the stuff on the Twitch though. Change the follower goal. The follower goal still at 5K. I mean, do I have a follower goal? Yeah. I mean, I guess. Right, how you feel a black? Okay, Yoshikage Ross.
The dick riding is crazy. Wait. Fuck, I can't read. Ah, damn it.
We're gonna look at Reddit.
Danny, I see you. I see you, Danny.
Next news story. Alright, Hasbullah.
Danny, I see you, boy.
Is under fire after video surface of him reportedly abusing his cat in GTA.
In GTA.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There's a lot of y'all meat riders who y'all are meat riding bro to the fullest. Bro, I seen the video. Bro was definitely like doing way too much to that cat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, and bro, the thing about y'all, not y'all in particular, but the thing about people on social media, once they ride somebody, bro, they go ride till I can't no more. Like they just refuse to see the
catch these hands,
bro. Idols, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, I saw somebody. I saw a Twitter thread today, bro. Motherfuckers talking about some. Oh my God, y'all are soft. Y'all are so soft, so snowflake. He wasn't even doing that much. Y'all are snowflakes. I'm like, bro, are y'all serious?
You can catch this nigga.
So I do not take.
I really just don't care this much to watch this video anymore. Oh my God, they got Andrew Tate on there. Wait, no.
I'm just trying to combat the messages that the liberal left is putting out to young
men
about their male instincts being toxic.
Sounds too gay.
Well, they finally did it. South Park finally made fun of Andrew Tate. Except his name isn't Andrew Tate, but he looks just like Tate, but he doesn't sound like Tate. Let's break it down. Season 26 has already come to a close with its 6th episode, Spring Break, an episode that at its core proposes a question a lot of South Park fans already had. What's going to happen to Garrison as a character if Trump runs for president again in 2024? And the answer, as Rick says, is that we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Although, as soon as I started recording this video, Trump just got indicted in real life, which means this episode either had the best timing or the worst timing. Side note, but I definitely think this title is just a smidge meta with how the show has been releasing over the last year or so, with some content in the beginning of the year, followed by a spring hiatus, before ramping up again in the summer with the Paramount Plus specials. Basically a wink at the audience while also letting us know that they'll be back with more in a few months. Anyways, for those who need a refresher, Season 20 of South Park lined up perfectly with the presidential election of 2016. With this season featuring an ongoing storyline, Matt and Trey decided to poke fun at Trump by having Mr. Garrison as a stand-in. Fake tan, blonde wig and all. However, what was clearly supposed to be a running joke contained to a single season ended up becoming a bigger part of the show, as it was clear Matt, Trey, and the team behind South Park was confident Hillary would win, writing Season 20's storyline accordingly. So when Trump won in real life, Garrison won in the show, remaining president in universe for the next 4 years, basically becoming a non-character who seldomly appeared. Until the vaccination special, where he was back to being regular old Herb. And since then, up until this episode, I don't think they ever addressed the fact that he was president. But what they did do was give him a new boyfriend in Season 25, with Rick being introduced in Pajama Day. Garrison shoves the relationship down his students' throats, despite none of them being even remotely interested in his love life. And at the time, he didn't even break things off with some other dude he was seeing, Marcus. And Rick's been around ever since. Honestly, Rick's pretty amusing as a character, as he's just the straight man to all of Garrison's antics. Wait, is straight man the proper terminology? This episode sees Garrison's Trump era collide with his relationship, as he and Rick indulge in a little spring break vacation in Myrtle Beach, Rick voicing his concerns over Garrison slipping back into his old ways. The way it's all phrased is clearly supposed to sound like Garrison wants to hit up a swinger club or something, but in actuality, it's a MAGA store, full of people still rallying and hoping for Garrison to make a comeback.
Oh, no.
Watching Garrison fail to resist temptation got a few laughs.
Why is he dancing
I love
like
how
that?
Rick calling him in the middle of a rally mirrored Marcus calling him back in pajama day. And this kind of relapse makes perfect sense for his character. Bro hates the idea of being alone and is neglected by his students despite trying so hard to make them care about him in his personal life. And Trump fanatics are crazy. So of course their undying loyalty for their idol would be the perfect drug for Garrison, an unlimited supply of love and attention that he can be showered in for the rest of his life. But as Rick points out, and as Garrison knows, it's a hollow endeavor. These people don't care about Garrison as a person. They just care that he says the things they want him to say. He regurgitates their talking points, and they worship the ever-living shit out of him. Even more so, they just want to rally. They want to feel important and feel as if they're fighting against some great injustice in America, which is why they're still clinging on to Garrison, and are holding out for a re-election. Because fiction will always be more exciting than reality, and a lot of these people have nothing going on otherwise. Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of Trump supporters are not gonna like this episode. Garrison wants to resist the urge to rally for the sake of his relationship, as Rick truly detests everything about Garrison's president era, recognizing that these people are just dragging Garrison down with them. But we see Garrison give into temptation over and over again. Rick puts his foot down after Garrison blows off their beach day, and you think the physical toll all the rallying takes on Garrison's body would keep him sober. But when tempted by a Trumpy in the bathroom stall, he caves. Rick catches him in the act and decides to head back to Colorado, heartbroken and at his limit. This leads to a surprisingly emotionally charged moment where Garrison makes a big speech about love and the importance of relationships at a rally. How relationships are integral for people because they hold us accountable, especially when battling against addiction. Garrison apologizes to Rick for his constant betrayal, and he wants to make things right. And of course, his declaration of love fire-ups the crowd and causes the rally to spin out of control, leading to another storming of the Capitol with the use of actual footage.
Oh no.
So, if you've been waiting for South Park to talk about that, there it is, I guess. Garrison returns home and tells Rick he never wants to go through any of that again. But as we said earlier, Rick tells him they'll just have to wait and see what happens. Of course, right now in the real world, Trump has been gearing up to run for president yet again in 2024. So the best way for Matt and Trey to address this possibility was to recontextualize the storyline as an addiction. And if Trump really does run again, then chances are Garrison will have his biggest relapse yet, which is a really depressing way to go about it. Classic South Park. But since Trump just got indicted, I'm really curious to see how they'll play it off in the next season.
I question it, wait.
The day after the episode premiered.
Okay, wait. I really want to look this up. What was he indicted for? I couldn't remember.
Want to bring in our chief Washington correspondent, CBS's Major Garrett. So, I mean, President Trump has survived 2 impeachments, other charges against him. What happens now? He's a candidate for president of the United States.
So in theory, the former president has been trying this case in the public sphere for about the last 9 days. And national polls indicate he has prospered as a result of that. Many Republicans have already rallied to his defense on Capitol Hill just hours after this indictment, having never seen the indictment. We still don't know what the underlying charges are and how they line up with New York law. So having
his hair is so thin you can see his forehead.
Not seeing that, there's a rallying effect around the former president. But to your point, opening this broadcast, Nora, New York police are beefing up. If this becomes a traumatic event for the country, that in no way benefits former President Trump, because that deepens a sense of national trauma about his underlying conduct. And though Republicans will rally around it, this has a long way to go on the facts, the law, and the politics. And the former president's conduct, and he's already talked about protests, implications of violence, all of that will be laid at his doorstep. And he could say, well, after January 6th, he really didn't touch me. The second time around very well may be different.
Legal experts have already said this is the weakest of some of the cases against Donald Trump. He's facing those 3 other probes from actions that he took while in office. You hear Republicans today saying this was a misstep by that Manhattan district attorney.
There have been that sense that this is not the case to bring. Is this really the set of facts? And is this the underlying law that is so clear-cut, that is so imperative that we must indict a former president? As Robert well knows, and as I've learned the last week and a half, those in the Trump inner circle much more concerned about the actions of the special counsel here in Washington, D.C. And the series of setbacks dealt to Trump and his attorneys in both the questions about his handling or mishandling of classified documents and his actions leading up to and on January 6th. Those cases are also moving forward, and the series of losses by the Trump legal team there concern them much more deeply.
Okay, well, he didn't mention indictment one fucking time in that whole goddamn video. What was the point of that? I listened to all that not to hear a single time him say indictment. Like, come on now. Like, I want to know the fuck is happening. And you speak everything but indictment.
It's today again, so let's talk about the news. Starting with, these two's YouTube channel just got them arrested. Right, meet Christopher and Kimberly Phelps of California. They were posting dashcam videos on YouTube reportedly showing crashes, near misses, and some road rage incidents. There were reportedly over 160 videos like this, and it got the attention of the authorities. And after our buddy Chris got into a suspicious accident, seemingly stopping for no reason, causing a truck to hit him, the California Department of Insurance opens an investigation. And according to the DA's office, Chris has been involved in over 23 car accidents connected to 17 insurance claims.
How the fuck? Why can't he just like look up dash cam footage of people crashing and then re-upload it? Why you gotta do it your goddamn self? Oh my goodness. There's like hundreds of them out there. Probably fucking millions.
Which were posted on the YouTube channel. So Chris was arrested and slapped with 6 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and 11 counts of insurance fraud. And not only were they—
With a deadly weapon? What the fuck? I thought it was just him like intentionally causing, like just intentionally like stopping or accelerating a little bit, and cars like did someone die? Like what the fuck? Or not die? Did someone get like really fucking hurt? The hell happened?
They allegedly causing accidents on purpose. Chris and Kimberly's kid was reportedly in the vehicle with them during many of the collisions. So for good measure, both Chris and Kim got a couple of felony child endangerment charges. And y'all, it could be applied to so many of the stories we talk about today.
Okay, child endangerment, I could see that one. The other, the fucking, okay.
And just in general, today, I gotta say it here. Don't be stupid. And then somehow this teenage slumber party led to a Nazi arson attack. Right, so earlier this month, a 13-year-old girl in Queensland, Australia got invited to a sleepover by 3 other girls aged 12, 13, and 14.
Oh, I heard about this one. Oh my Christ, I've heard about this one. Oh no. No. Oh my goodness.
Friends with. She goes over, and then, according to her account, they lock the door and threaten to kill her and her family, with them then over the next 5 hours allegedly slapping, stabbing, stomping, and beating her, all while they're spewing disgusting hate at her and filming the whole thing. One of the girls at the end of the video even saying, "We basically just tortured someone." Quote, "It was funny as fuck." Right, so unsurprisingly, when this gets out, people are horrified, and all 3 girls get charged with crimes like assault and deprivation of liberty. But for many Australians, that wasn't enough, and we saw an explosion of online hate directed their way, including calls for violence, with hundreds of posts exposing the girls' names, photos, addresses, ethnicities, and phone numbers, as well as the location of the house where they allegedly committed their crimes. With all of it leading to yesterday, someone actually burned the property. Down to the ground. Now with that, 1, it was an onslaught at the time, and 2, this comes after a streak of arson attempts and vandalism there, with police still unsure who the perpetrator.
Please explain to me Why you arsoning someone's house? Well, it's Australia. Never mind. It's Australia. Shit happens in Australia. I can't.
There is, though, they believe it's an outsider.
Shit happens in Australia.
One potential clue with flyers distributed.
You fuck around and find out in Australia.
The girls with a racial slur in the name of a neo-Nazi group. With all this also coming at the height of panic in Queensland over a perceived epidemic of youth crime, which we've talked about before. Where the authorities recently warned that unrest could lead to vigilante justice, and now it looks like they may be right. Though also, this isn't the first time Queenslanders tried to take the law in their own hands. Right back in January, after media reports incorrectly identified a residential care home as a halfway house for young criminals, the children living there received a storm of death threats on social media, including calls for neighbors to storm the place and hang whoever's inside. So last time we talked about a set of laws the state government passed seeking to clamp down on youth crime through criminalizing breach of bail and other measures. Now today, another bill known as Jack's Law just passed, allowing police to search people for weapons using handheld metal detectors in nightlife precincts and on public transport for at least the next 2 years, which, like the prior laws, has been criticized for violating civil and human rights, since this lets people search people without a reasonable suspicion. And then in political news,
I thought it
I
was
can't
an
believe
exercise.
I'm saying this, but Senator Rand Paul actually just made a really good point. But before we give him too much praise, I'm putting this in the broken clock twice a day
Who the fuck
category.
is Senator
Because
whatever?
last night, Senator Paul actually blocked an attempt by his fellow Republican Senator Josh Hallway to fast-track a bill that would ban TikTok by unanimous consent, a process that allows a measure to be passed without a formal vote as long as there are no objections. And while realistically someone else might have stood up, the fact that Rand Paul did it is a key thing to take away because it shows that there is division among the Republican Party and bipartisan opposition to the hot-button issue. Right, we're in weird waters right now. You got like Rand Paul and AOC kinda on the same page. But specifically with Paul, he argued on the Senate floor that Hawley's ban amounted to a violation of free speech under the First Amendment.
TikTok should be banned for government employees. That's all I'm saying.
Also,
I'm addicted to TikTok, so I mean, hey, that'd be a downside for me, cause I'll sit there and scroll for hours for no fucking reason. Like, I literally don't even know half the shit I watch on TikTok. Sometimes it's like the most cringiest shit, but sometimes it's some anime shit. And I learn about shit on TikTok. So I learned about the fucking Willow Project. I didn't know shit about that until I saw it on TikTok.
Adding that it violates constitutional prohibitions on bills of attainder, right? The government can't use legislative action to declare a person or a company guilty of a crime and punish them without a trial. With Paul then going on to make this point.
I think we should beware of those who peddle fear. I think we should beware of those who use fear to coax Americans to relinquish our liberties, to regulate and limit our First Amendment rights. Every accusation of data gathering that's been attributed to TikTok also be attributed to domestic companies.
Right, well, that's an argument that we've heard before. It's mostly come from Democrats. And that also, once again, these words feel so alien out of my mouth, not the only solid point that Paul made there.
If Republicans want to continuously lose elections for a generation, they should pass this bill to ban TikTok, a social media app used by 150 million people, primarily young Americans. The Republican strategy to ban TikTok comes simultaneously with GOP complaints of domestic social media companies canceling and censoring conservatives. Without a hint of irony, many of these same conservatives now rail against censorship while advocating for censorship against social media apps they worry are influenced by the Chinese. Before banning TikTok, these censors might want to discover that China already bans TikTok. Do we really want to emulate Chinese speech bans? Aren't we the ones that say it's wrong for China to ban speech, so we're going to be just like China and ban speech we're afraid of?
Y'all, who body snatched Rand
That
Paul's
is true.
statements are making
That is
too
very
much
true.
logical sense. How did his head not explode? But all my joking jabs aside, like, it's super important that he's doing this. And another key takeaway is it comes as more and more lawmakers have recently been voicing their opposition to TikTok bans. Right, recently we've seen a growing list of Democrats speaking
It's
out
dumb.
against a ban.
It's
I saw AOC.
it's very dumb because you can learn a lot from TikTok. Okay, TikTok is a very, very, very fucking toxic place. Very toxic. But it also allows free speech, free thought. Like, you can talk about stuff most people will never talk about will be talked about on TikTok, or you'll find out on TikTok. Like, and then you got the softcore child porn and shit on there, and we don't associate with that, okay? We don't. We fucking don't. All right. Just know that we do not.
AOC actually finally made a TikTok and was talking about the possibility of a ban there. But for now, we kind of have to wait to see if Paul's remarks appeal to other Republicans. Or do more of them come out of the woodwork to oppose a full-scale ban? Yes, no. Is there enough opposition to ultimately push Congress to take up a more narrow version of the bill that has more limited restrictions? But honestly, who knows which way this is gonna go? Because I mean, just thinking back to that embarrassing House committee where they were grilling the TikTok CEO and just saying the dumbest shit.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
It was just.
I saw that shit on TikTok and I was like, fuck. We're done for it. We're done. Our government is fucking retarded.
Genuinely stupid people, and also like some Irish movie tickets and a soda pop were a nickel motherfuckers deciding the future of technology. And then also, it's been a live one at Congress lately, because even in the past 24 hours, Paul and Hawley weren't the only ones on Capitol Hill going back and forth on each other. We also saw this absolutely explosive shouting match break out between Democratic Representative Jamal Bowman and Republican Thomas Massie, with all this going down just outside the House chambers. Right, so you had Bowman, who's a former school principal, delivering very passionate, forceful remarks condemning Republicans for not supporting gun control measures after the Nashville shooting. And that's when Massie crosses into frame and this whole thing goes down.
Cowards, pressure them, force them to respond to the question, why the hell won't you do anything to save America's children? And let them explain that all the way up until Election Day on 2024. Let them explain it all the way up to Election Day on 2024. They're freaking cowards. They're gutless. They're not here. I'm talking about gun violence.
You know, there's never been
a school shooting
in a school that allows teachers to carry.
Oh my goodness. That's gonna cause somebody to get shot. No. Because you're gonna have that one math teacher that had the student cuss him out. And he's like, fuck this shit. And it fucking just starts lighting the goddamn classroom up. You're gonna have that teacher that's just gonna fucking lose it. Like, teachers already hate their job enough. Give one of those teachers that have had a teacher that's worked 6 years in a row, give that teacher a gun and see what happens. Have that one student cuss them out. It's fucking done for. We're all dying. That is the stupidest shit in the fucking world. Don't give a teacher a gun.
I worked in school 20 years.
In every school.
I was a teacher. I was a school counselor. I was a middle school principal. I was in cafeterias protecting kids every day of my career.
There's never been a shooting.
And all that was fascinating to watch, but I mean, those two are never gonna be on the same page. Right? Massie's the fucking guy who posted a Christmas photo of his family.
Oh my Christ. What the fuck? Dude. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why do we got people like this in fucking government? Of course we have school shootings like every fucking other week. You have niggas like this. Oh my god.
Guns with a caption, Santa, please bring ammo. I mean, my
fucking
man
retarded.
Like a strong yes vote for legalizing the purge. And all of it's disappointing because I know that there is a fucking common sense middle ground that I think most Americans support. Like, I feel like there are plenty of Americans who go, yeah, I should be able to legally own a firearm for home safety, but not this fucking Wild West, crazy, insane bullshit that a lot of people push. But it genuinely feels like there isn't going to be a solution when you have the people that don't want things to change, or you want to open up gun laws even more, acting like everyone that's against them is like strip everyone of all their weapons. That's not what the hefty majority of people that want reforms want. But yeah.
Guns should be used for safety and protection only. Dumbass motherfuckers talking about put a gun in a teacher's hand. Man, imagine one of these teachers fucking lose it. Imagine a teacher just fucking lose it one day. Everybody dead. Everybody in that classroom dead.
Yeah, until something that remotely resembles common sense is able to enter Congress, I feel like we're just rinse and repeat with this bullshit. Horrible tragedy, a lot of anger, thoughts and prayers, rinse, repeat. And then, in news about news, we're finally ready. Tomorrow, all you day ones who signed up for the waitlist are going to get the first issue of the rebranded and newly relaunched Franco Daily Download email newsletter. About a month ago, I was proud to announce that the newsletter would be rebranded as the Daily Dip. And in just a few days after that announcement, we got a nice, healthy 5-figure audience of you beautiful bastards joining and waiting. Starting tomorrow, Daily Dip subscribers will receive quick tastes of the news that you may have missed on the PDS, along with bonus content that'll keep you informed, maybe put a smile on your face, and let you get back to your day in 3 to 5 minutes or less. Just like the full PDS, it's news for people that hate the news. And I will say, one of my favorite parts of this relaunch is that it's creating a new way for me to hear directly from you through our Daily Dipper poll, where you can, of course, share your opinions, but also more clearly see the opinion of those that are watching the show, which is also why you're going to see some of those results popping up here on the PDS. Just another reason to be subscribed. And I really want to see if we can get to 100,000 email subscribers within the first 100 days. So get in on the day one. Go to dailydip.co or just click that link in the description now to join for free. In entertainment news, KSI and Logan Paul's drink Prime just got banned from several schools in Australia. Remember about the massive hype around Prime?
Why?
It's very successful. I mean, it's one of the biggest creator launch brands out there, other than, you know, the things that Mr. Beast has done. And now the Prime Hydration has hit shelves at major retailers in Australia. It's selling out all over. But
no, that fit go hard though. That fit go hard though. Oh shit, bro. Look at what KSI wearing. That fit go hard. Okay, all right. Oh shit.
Drinks.
Okay.
You have Prime Hydration, which is an electrolyte drink. It's available in Australia, but Prime Energy is not. And that's not a sourcing issue. It's a legal issue. It reportedly has doubled.
You know what's bad? Gatorade's better. Gatorade's better for you than fucking Prime, bro. Like, Gatorade is so much better for you than Prime.
The caffeine amount that Australia legally allows for bottles that size. But in no way has it stopped young people in Australia from buying it from online resellers, with a number of the kids then taking those drinks to school and then selling it to other kids on the playground, which, while I do not endorse as a former hustler myself, I gotta respect.
Hey, you got that Prime dealer. Hey, instead of the dope dealer, you got the Prime dealer.
In middle school, I was slinging marbles because we were the lamest middle school and had a competitive marble scene. A father before me selling Flintstone vitamins on the playground. But with Prime here, it's why you have health experts warning that these drinks can be addictive for children and can make them restless, lead to insomnia, and up their heart rate. And surprisingly, some of the schools have even had issues with the approved hydration electrolyte drink, with one principal at a Queensland school saying, "We had a student who had just the sports drink, not the energy drink. And this is a child who's quite shy, retiring, and quiet normally. And it was like someone had shaken him up and made him fizzy." And with that, some outlets noting that the energy drink says that it's not suitable for children under 18, and the hydration drink actually says it's not suitable for kids under 15, which I will say was shocking news to me, because online, that's literally all who seems to be consuming the drink, which is also why some schools have even made social media posts this week warning parents to not allow their children to bring those drinks in. And then Mickey Mouse just pantsed Ron DeSantis, because King of Florida DeSantis has been waging a war against Disney ever since the company spoke out against its Don't Say Gay law. And as one of the ways to retaliate, DeSantis took control of Disney's special status and allowed it to operate as a self-governing district with autonomy over the land encompassing and surrounding Walt Disney World. That district was called the Reedy Creek Improvement District, but after DeSantis took it over, it was changed to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District. And there's a board that would have control over infrastructure, property, taxes, issue bonds, roads, fire services, and more. And the key thing there being the board consisted of people DeSantis appointed himself. So you had many noting that it could basically be used to force the company to keep quiet on social and cultural issues, potentially even extending to their content. So that's why this was seen as a massive, massive L for Disney, or rather it would have been if they didn't make a good old-fashioned loophole for themselves to essentially strip the new board of its powers. Right, because on February 8th, the day before the Florida House passed the bill allowing DeSantis to stack the board, Disney and the previous board signed an agreement that put the power in Disney's control, giving the company broad veto powers over changes to the park and making any changes, quote, subject to Disney's prior review and comment to ensure consistency with the overall design and theming of the park, among other powers. It also prevents the board from using Disney's name or trademark characters like Mickey Mouse. And it turns out the new board members didn't even realize that Disney had done this until recently, with members reportedly opening the meeting they held yesterday by discussing the fact that there's nothing they can actually do, with board member Ron Perry saying, "This essentially makes Disney the government. This board loses, for practical purposes, the majority of its ability to do anything beyond maintain the roads and maintain basic infrastructure." And another key thing is that this agreement has some serious staying power, because it will remain, quote, in effect until 21 years years after the death of the last survivor of the descendants of King Charles III, King of England, living as the date of this declaration. So basically, as long as there are members of the royal family still kicking, so is the steel. And according to BBC News, this is a totally real thing dating back to the 17th century. It's called a Royal Lives Clause, though it's rarely used in the United States. Now, all that said, of course, with this, the board already plans on pushing back and has voted to hire outside legal counsel to evaluate their options, with member Brian Onks Jr. saying, "We're going to have to deal with it and correct it. It's a subversion of the will of the voters and the legislature and the governor. It completely circumvents the authority of this board to govern." And a spokesperson for DeSantis likewise saying that these agreements may have significant legal infirmities that would render the contracts void as a matter of law. But for its part, Disney has said it did nothing wrong, claiming in a statement, "All agreements signed between Disney and the district were appropriate and were discussed and approved in open, noticed public forums in compliance with Florida's government in the Sunshine Law." AKA, maybe if you weren't so busy trying to ban books and put LGBTQ plus people in a fucking tiny box so you could throw away, maybe you would have noticed. But you didn't, and you got caught with your pants around your ankles like the schmuck you are. I'm the pants queen! Though, I'm the pants queen! This is probably like a good distraction for DeSantis. Because if he's not busy fighting Disney and an imaginary mouse, he's gonna have to fight with Trump. Though Ronnie being busy is not gonna stop Donnie from swinging. And then in international news,
I don't care that much about fucking India. India and ChatGPT, I just don't care that much. We'll watch Meat Canyon real quick. We'll watch the new Sneeko Meat Canyon video.
I'd love to see that little soy boy come up here and mess with me. You all know he ain't gonna say anything to my
Y'all notice that in the background? This nigga getting cooked in live.
What? Is that Charlie? Hey, yo, baby. Can you and your man take this into the other room, please?
Why is his nipple so big? What the fuck?
I can't hear myself think with all that love making you're doing.
Yeah, fine,
Thank you so
whatever.
much, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem, Sneaky. No problem.
It's Sneeko.
It's Sneeko. Yo, chat. Charlie is at my door. What should I say to him? What do you want, you little soy boy loser? Nice. What the hell is that?
What the fuck? What the hell?
Chad. Charlie's at my...
He's got a fucking chastity belt on. Oh no.
What do I do? Hey! This is private
fucking chastity belt. I mean, look at his fucking legs. Jesus Christ, this man has no calves.
property. You better leave.
How you able to walk is beyond.
He's not leaving. Okay, I find him.
Fucking Andrew Tate in the background.
Sorry, Charlie, but you asked for this.
I can't. What is
Chad,
this?
I'm out of ammo. I gotta find another clip. It's called a magazine. You better get out of here. Charlie.
Look at the fucking. I just noticed this. He has images of fucking buff ass men on his. Oh my god, no.
Actually, a huge fan. I watch your stuff all the time.
What the fuck? It's. It's a Meat Canyon video. These fucking videos be weird as hell. Oh my
Just
god.
Let me turn off my stream and maybe we can talk this over, okay?
Oh no.
Let go of me. Andrew Tate wept.
Oh, holy shit, what the fuck? I don't know why I'm on your For You page. Maybe it was fate. Come here.
There's nothing that gets me
Here. Welcome to the stream. Just fucking start making out.
more hard than my favorite movie, Paddington 2. This movie is like if you combined Belle Delphine's tiny little tits and something else that's good, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. See ya.
What the fuck? This is weird. It's very weird. Trust me, we went from politics to this weird ass Meat Canyon video. What do I want to watch now? Oh, Chris Chan got freed. I knew he got freed.
Hello guys
I
and
couldn't
gals,
remember.
Mudahar, and I did not expect to be making this video at all. Now, about 2 years ago, I made a video where we talked about the end of Chris Chan. And in that video, basically we were looking at the internet's most documented individual, right? Jesus Christ, not even close, all right? Anybody in the world, any political figure, public figure, not even close to the amount of things we know about Chris Chan. We literally know about this person's life from conception all the way to today. That's how wild it is. Truly a person raised by the...
Oh no, he ain't fucking lying. We know everything from the fucking day he was born to the present day. Well, to the time he got arrested and sentenced and stuff. But he literally... Okay, what happened was this man fucked his grandma. Or no, he fucked his mama who had dementia. And he's a Sonic fan, so I mean that explains a lot. Made his own Sonic character and everything. It explains a lot, okay?
The internet. A person that has become the first brony, the first Let's Player, really. A person whose life had become an incredibly, incredibly sad version of the Truman Show in reality. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Chan had went to prison, and if you're wondering, whoa, Muda, why did they go to prison?
Okay, wait, Mudahar. You look like me in like 30 years, but I can't have that haircut because my hair won't do that.
Well, I'm just going to straight up say it. They had actually sexually assaulted their mother, okay? All right, I'm not going to try to, use some code words for YouTube's filters over here. I don't really care. I'm just going to straight up say what happened. Now, I'm not going to dive too much into that subject. I already covered it a year ago. So if you want to go check that out, the video is still up. The video still has all the relevant
his mother.
audio, the voice calls that
Disgusting.
you can listen to. Now, the reason why this subject has come up is because since then, Chris Chan has been in jail pretty much indefinitely, all right? They were supposed to be up in front of a court, but there were so many continuances basically being issued that they have spent over a year in prison, all because of this incest lawsuit. This incest charge. Now, of course, the reason we're talking about it, ladies and gentlemen, is they're free. If you've been following Custody Record, Christine Weston Chandler, age 41, Central Virginia Regional Jail, bonded out. Now, initially, this made everyone on the internet kind of question, who is bonding Chris Chan out of prison? Now, to me, I was looking at this for a fair bit. I've been looking at this, basically heaving tabs on it since it is initially ever kicked out. And to be honest with you, I was pretty much under the belief that this person was denied bond anyways. There were a lot of news articles at the time covering how during some of these actual, court hearings after Chris Chan had been arrested, they were denied bond because of legitimately safety concerns. It was written over here by Edwin Consalvo, the actual attorney for Green Commonwealth, that they would actually be held without bond because they were concerned about the community's safety and Chandler's safety as well. Also the safety of their mother, who was the prime victim of basically what had happened with their own hands. Now, what's really wild is even during the proceedings, Christine Chandler would literally get up and talk about, I'm famous on the internet. To the point where even their PD, their public defender, had to be like, listen, just please stop. You're making yourself look like a dipshit in front of the judge. And you could imagine that every time that the judge had used the wrong pronoun, because Christine Chandler is trans, they again got up and started to mouth off to the judge. Now, I don't have to remind you how stupid that is during a court proceeding when you get up and you're mouthing off to a judge. Trust me, 100% of judges will take that shit seriously. This is a big ego trip for a lot of them, and they will put you in your place. So basically, bond was never really a thing, and nobody could really go and bond this person out. So of course, people kind of wondered what the hell was going on. Did Viper bust Chris Chan out of prison? I mean, the song only came out 10 hours ago. No, Viper did not in fact bust Chris Chan out of prison. In fact, the actual prison system kind of updated it and straight up said, no, they're released by court order. Now, of course, to understand, if you had to look into the charge that Chris Chan was facing, when it comes to the act of incest, any person who engages in it with whatever family member, basically is subject to a Class 5 felony. Now, according to Virginia's felony databases, those are considered wobblers. And of course, they're basically crimes that can either be a felony or a misdemeanor, depending on basically how the judge, or if it's a jury trial, basically want to treat it. So of course, it could literally be all the way from 1 year in prison, all the way to 10 years in prison. Or it could be up to 12 months in jail if you basically just got it as a misdemeanor conviction. Now again, that's entirely up to how a judge sees it. And of course, from what I understand, the trial still has not happened, and it's still, the judgment still needs to be put down. Now, if you know anything about the American prison system, as far as I understand, basically all the time you serve in prison while you wait up for your trial basically gets tallied up as time served. So let's say that what happens with Chris Chan is they say, hey, listen, you've been charged for 1 year, okay? Your sentence is 1 year in a prison facility. Well, because Chris Chan already served a year in a prison facility before that charge or that judgment got passed down, they're basically going to be let out. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Now, you might be like, what if they get 10 years in prison? To be honest with you, I don't actually ever see that happening. Usually those extremes are only done in cases where the judge really wants to make an example out of somebody. And even then, you could have whatever dipshit public defender come out and pretty much appeal that down to something reasonable. Now, in reality, what's appeared to be happening is Chris Chan being the fact that they cannot take care of themselves, okay? All right, they cannot live according to themselves. They can't keep a house. They probably can't keep a job. They probably are not able to function in society without a goddamn adult watching over them. They've been let out by court order, and they're probably going to live the rest of their life out in like a halfway house. And this is effectively the end of Chris Chan. And it's interesting watching this person ever since they were like younger. I've seen this video years ago. This is one of the first posts on the internet, onto like Tripod, back in the old days of the internet, where it was just one person talking about, basically being with your effeminate side, get your little My Little Ponies. And if you ever wanted to look into Chris Chan's history, they have some definite wild takes back in the day. You're talking about somebody that had a bit of racism, a bit of homophobia, a bit of you name every kind of phobia imaginable this person was bringing out. So they've had a history of making the most outlandish takes. And it was because of a lot of those takes that they basically attracted a lot of people on the internet to sort of witness this, and this person has attracted a lot of trolls. And over the years, some of those...
Oh yeah, no, Chris Chan is fucking wild. I remember I watched like an hour or two. It was a summary of like Chris Chan's life. Just a whole summary of his entire life up until he got arrested for yiffing his mom. Yeah. It's really fucking weird.
Trolls have been genuinely bad. So in cases, the most lighthearted ones were people like Alec Benson Leary, who pretty much created a comic known as Asperchew, which was basically designed to sort of bring out the hypocrisies every time they would have a call with each other. about, you know, advertising and whatnot. Alec Benson Leary was a very like simple troll. They were just basically drawing their thing, basically calling out Chris on their hypocrisy and trying to get Chris to learn and mature as a person. Then you had Liquid Chris, who was somebody who effectively had basically stolen their identity and passed along with it on the internet for months, and basically really tilted the shit out of Chris Chan at the time. And
oh
then,
yeah,
of
no.
course, you've
Chris
got
Chan wasn't. Chris Chan ain't all that up here.
Which I'm
You
not
can't
even
do
gonna
some
get
shit
into.
like that.
And of course, the person who recorded the call that admitted to incestuous relationships, Isabella, who again I won't be getting into because this might be one of the most evil people on the internet. But of course, this isn't a video about the trolls necessarily. This is just to help contextualize
I'm
the situation.
pretty fucking sure she's the one who convinced him or let him on or did something. I can't remember. Fuck. I think she was one of the people that literally convinced him to do it. Or not convinced him. Fuck. I don't remember. It was... I forgot what the fuck she did. I know it was horrendous because I watched the documentary. Oh, fuck. I don't remember. It was really fucked up, though. I remember
This has
that.
not been something that's gone on for just 2 years. Geno Samuels got a documentary that would rival plenty of hours, okay? Hours that you cannot get back out of your life. Hours that will take you hours.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't watch that
just
shit.
to
I ain't
even
watching that.
Understand the whole
73 fucking episodes? Hell
things
no.
that people were wondering was, damn, this person's out on bond after committing such a heinous things. Obviously, if you ever played Final Fantasy VII, people immediately had this screenshot come in. Out of my way, I'm going to see my mother. I feel awful laughing at it, but it is a genuine question one can ask. Now, of course, this is Chris.
It's probably 'cause
nowadays,
mentally
obviously, a
fucking-
mugshot. They've lost a lot of weight. Definitely look like they've aged at least 20 years. And it's going to be something where now that they're out, is their mother actually safe? In reality, that's all I really care about. This person's story is pretty much already done. And that's where it kind of comes down to. Now, of course, Chris Chan in prison had a different whole life come out. This is where mental illness also kicks in too. And it's one of the reasons why, like I mentioned earlier, I think the story is going to end in a halfway house. And that's where it's going to completely finalize. You know, Chris Chan had written a bunch of letters from prison. And in some of those letters, they actually had referred to themselves as, I'm not joking with you, Jesus Christ. In one of the first letters on September 19th, I have finally received fresh paper and envelopes, and I feel it is advised to inform you of the following. All of which, as you may or will, you have my consent to relate all of
What the fuck is this image? Nigga, what the fuck is this? The resemblance is uncanny. Oh my fuck.
letter to Joshua Moon, who's the Kiwi Farms, the actual website that's cataloging Chris, one of the original forums that was designed to basically, if you will, like archive every aspect of this person's life. Firstly and vitally, it should be made obvious and clear that aside from Andy Warhol, my life events at present and so far can directly be compared and matched with that which have been chronicled as none other than Jesus Christ of Nazareth himself. God damn the fuck! God damn the ego on this one, Jesus.
Oh
Christ.
jeez, man,
You know,
what
there's
the
a
fuck?
diagnosis for narcissism, and if you could just put this frame next to it, that's all you goddamn needed. Inside this letter, there's a lot of copium and basically describing how what the actual crime they had committed regarding their mother wasn't all bad, which again, may I remind you, is a terribly despicable thing to have been doing, and it should not be.
Yiffing a family member is disgusting, and jail time is very warranted. Very fucking warranted.
Anything. At the end of the day, one thing you have to understand about Chris Chan is you can feel bad for this person, but you have to understand you cannot actually be sympathetic. You cannot really be truly sympathetic towards somebody that has committed a crime this heinous. At some point, personal responsibility has to fall upon somebody like Chris Chan. They can't be coddled their whole life. In fact, if anything, the coddling they had received by their parents, by numerous supporters on the internet from time to time, had probably indirectly led to a lot of it, just like the trolling did in any capacity. This person, while you can feel sympathetic towards the amount of trolling the internet has absolutely delivered upon to them, I think that's totally normal. But to completely understand one thing, the crime that they committed regarding their parent is something that ultimately is their responsibility. and it's one thing that is not so forgivable. As long as all over the age of consent and the activity was consensual by all parties involved and genuinely spiritually happy, it is good. To understand Barbara Chandler, who was the mother of Chris Chan.
Now, trust me. I will never be like, this is okay. Never. Yiffing someone of a family member is wrong. It's even worse when your family member has got dementia. Dementia. Nigga's mama didn't even know who he was. His mama thought he was his dead father. Her husband who died. You know how fucked up that is? Like, now I feel bad because he's mentally ill. He's been mentally ill for a long time. But still, someone like this should not be out. Put him in an asylum or something. Bring back mental asylums. Like the motherfuckers that be like, every cell's got somebody in a straitjacket. Like, bring Arkham Asylum in a real life. God damn.
Was also not necessarily lucid for years. Anytime you watched a video of her, this person effectively used her to basically garner donations and money from the fan base that they had around them, the very little fan base that existed.
We are in need of donations for food. Please consider us. Thank you.
This
there
is
was
sad.
No genuine love. There was no genuine care. This person was actually under dementia. Okay, like, I'm not a doctor, but I would say this is the closest to dementia that I've ever actually seen. And to be honest with you, what they have done, the actions they have committed, there was no way consent was even an option. And even if so, this is still an incestuous situation, which is
it's still illegal.
Very illegal, no matter what state.
You can't yiff a family member at all.
More people who jumped in to conversate with this individual around Christmas time, and they basically talked about their life in prison. For instance, I played a bit of basketball in the rec room, but the rec room has been restricted for me for a while. So I wish is also a response. The library is not large enough for D&D. I like to read, and I have considered eventually becoming a DM for a group. Money, pretty much, yeah. They basically got a bit of commissary cash just to buy like bras and whatnot. But of course, no video game handhelds or consoles on offer. I don't actually think any prison system, aside from the lowest risk one, actually allows you to buy any television, DVD, Blu-ray, or video.
Unless you're on death row.
Where it gets truly demented.
Death row, you can basically have whatever you want until they kill you.
Which also translates.
Because I see they have like little TVs and shit in there. So.
One part that was a reference to a movie, but to serve as a modern iteration of being the only Avatar as well. Akashic Guardian said, "I inform all of you of one avatar body, immortal and existent throughout all of time, since the Big Bang. There has existed the very first body. There was the universe. In one and only perspective, the video game of life has started and spawns, first and foremost, the player one, with the set main camera perspective that absolutely no one other has at all. And after them comes player 2, then 3, and so on, including the non-playable characters. Obviously, obliviously unaware of this one avatar that most preceded each and every one of them all. This one avatar with the immortal infinite resurrection respawn count and all powers and abilities overall is your God and your foretold Lord. As well, eventually, after learning everything from Emmanuel, my parent, the avatar was sent to be born in Bethlehem by your Virgin Mary, in most popular chronicling dubbed Jesus of Nazareth, child of God."
I swear to Christ, if it just happened, which is never gonna fucking happen, but imagine if Chris Chan was actually Jesus Christ. Oh my man, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're beyond fucked.
God Emmanuel. Then I lived my life as Jesus and continued my immortal walks and books of life up until 1389. The Avatar landed, mind, memory, body, and soul, all within Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, Rosa Chu, in May 1981 to be born as Christopher Weston Chandler Sonichu on February 24th, 1982, Charlottesville, Virginia, United States of America, eventually growing and evolving to your Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu. Now, of course, this person genuinely does believe themselves to be the Messiah, and of course, you know, anybody that starts referring to themselves like that is genuinely fucking unhinged. And it's one of the reasons why I genuinely do believe that the rest of this person's life is going to stay in a halfway house. All right? There is no way you can trust Chris Chan without any state surveillance or supervision. And that's pretty much where the story actually does come to an end. They're out of prison. There's not going to be any more sagas, and there shouldn't be any more sagas. I think the story has gone to the worst possible conclusion. You know, at the end of the day, this was an internet creator that was just making goofy videos at a time. And to be honest, through a personal mix of their own actions and a lot of trolling, it all aggravated into the worst possible
It's like Wings of Redemption gone even worse. Because Wings of Redemption, what the fuck is wrong with that dude? He is never gonna get out the gutters. Like, oh my goodness. He is too old. He's too fucking lazy to switch his life around. He's just...
outcome that could have ever happened.
Same thing with Chris Chan.
And themselves. And this is one of those things where even regardless of...
Well, Chris Chan ain't fat anymore, but
the only good thing that can come out of it is Barbara Chandler spends the rest of her life alone from this person, you know, whatever that may be, and this person actually does go through therapy, or at least goes through some level of medical attention that they so desperately need, all right, regarding, you know, whatever's going on through their head. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Chan's been out of prison and bonded out, released by bail order, court order, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. The story is finally done. I don't really foresee anything coming out of this. Maybe an extra documentary video by Gino Samuel. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I wanted to add
fucking Chris Chan, bro. I can't. I just fucking can't. That shit's... Oh, that's so fucking... Ugh. What time is it? It's like nearly 3 in the fucking morning. I'm going to bed. I'm going to fucking bed. Alright, guys. I'm a peace out. If I feel like it, I'll probably go live tomorrow night. Probably. It's very, very small probably, but maybe I will. Yeah. I hope y'all have a good night, and yeah, peace out.